Howdy, and welcome to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about Ryobi Days at your local Home Depot. So this is Ryobi Days that happens here in the States. Usually it happens 2 or 3 times a year, and this is the time when I actually purchased the majority of my tools. I have 2 little things in my repertoire. One is Ryobi Days, and the other one is Direct Tools Outlet. Both of these has helped me get the collection that you see behind me in most of my videos. And this year, it is not as good as some of the deals in the past, but it's not as bad as some of the deals in the past either. And it's pretty much right in the middle of the road. And if you're in the market for some Ryobi tools, this is actually a really good time to get some. So they have 2 packages that are going to be available during these Ryobi Days. The first package is going to be $199, and it's going to come with 2 4-amp-hour high output batteries and 1 2-amp-hour high output battery. I really like these batteries. I do actually think that they are worth the extra cost compared to the standard batteries. But if you can't afford them, then let's look at the $99 kit. The $99 kit is going to come with 1 standard 4-amp-hour battery and 1 standard 2-amp-hour battery. Now these batteries work good, the tools work good. You'll just get a little bit more oomph and a lot more longevity with the high output batteries with those brushless tools as compared to the brushed tools. So if you're going to be picking up the $199 kit, what are tools that I would recommend? First and foremost, and this is the most critical, get what you need. What tools are you actually needing right now? What projects are coming up? Buy the tools that fit that. You don't have to listen to anybody on YouTube give you recommendations on tools if you have a specific need. By all means, purchase those first. But if you don't know what to get and you're kind of sitting on the fence, for me, I would actually recommend purchasing the Tri-Power Tripod Light. That's my #1 pick. That is a $200 piece of kit alone. The Tripod Light is amazing. First of all, the light does an extremely good job. And the tripod is really powerful. I love having the ability that you can have 40 volt, 18 volt, or plug-in hybrid with this thing. If you haven't seen it in action, check out the link in the description below because I actually have a review of it. And it is an absolute powerhouse whenever it comes to the particular light and tripod. By the way, you don't have to just keep the light on the top. You can use all sorts of stuff with it. The next thing I would recommend, if you need it, would be the 1/2-inch Impact. This is the 600 foot-pound model, and that's actually quite a bit. That's going to be enough to knock off all those lug nuts and the majority of the chassis bolts that are out there on most modern cars. So if you do a lot of mechanicking work, then this thing can actually save you a lot of hassle. I really recommend that one. It's a great tool, so go ahead and pick that up. If you haven't seen it, link in the description below for its big brother, the 1,170 foot-pound absolute behemoth. That thing is super powerful. It's not on the deal, but in case you're curious of how these things work, check out that video. The next thing I would recommend would be the 18 gauge brad nailer. If you're doing anything where you need small little brad nails, these things are an absolute beast. And if you actually go and watch a lot of the YouTube channels, especially the smaller ones that are just starting out that are doing furniture building at home, most people you'll see are sporting one of these 18 gauge Ryobi nailers. These things are phenomenal. I have one of them and I absolutely love it. I've got the old brushed version. I don't mind having the brushed version. It works great for me. But if I was going to be doing this deal, that would be a really nice one to pick up if you're in the market for one. Next on my list is the 6.5-inch circular saw. This is a really, really nice saw. It holds itself very true and it does a really good job. And what can I say? It's a circular saw. The things work good. And if you're in the market for one, pick one of these up. If you have an older one, like a brushed one or one of the smaller 5.5 inches, I would really recommend picking this up. It's a standard size blade and it is brushless. So it is going to last a lot longer on that battery charge than those brushed models. And the nice thing about it is it's pretty damn powerful. It's going to do a really nice job for you. Next is going to be the compact one-handed reciprocating saw. This is a newer body design than what a lot of us Gen Xers are used to out there with the traditional reciprocating saws. But this newer body design actually allows for different ergonomics with it. It allows for much easier control with a single hand, and it's going to allow you to get into different tighter spaces than a traditional saber saw or sawzall will allow you to get into. So if you're in the market for one of those, this is a great tool to pick up. They're really nice. I've heard really great things. I don't have one yet. I'm looking to get one though. I have one of the new HP brushless, and I have one of the older brushed, and I'd like to put it head to head with that new one-handed jobby and see if it actually works with one hand and see just how powerful it is. If you're interested in something like that, please leave it in the comments below, because I'd really like to make sure that I'm making videos here that you all are interested in seeing. Next on the list is going to be the pet stick vac at $199 standard price for it. Obviously, if you're teaming this up with those HP batteries, that's a really, really good deal. It's basically, you know, 2 for the price of 1 at that point. It's a really good stick vac. There's some few little flaws with it, mainly the charging situation. They don't have a good, easy charging solution with it, but it does an extremely good job. And if you have pets around your house, this is going to do a really good job of sucking up those pet hairs and pet danders. And I really like this particular tool, especially for this package deal. Now for the $99 package, here's the things I would recommend getting for free if you don't quite know what you're looking for. First of all, I really like the work light, and you'll see in a lot of my videos up behind me, I actually have 2 of those work lights, and they're hybrid, so you can plug them in or you can drop an 18-volt battery in them. They are an absolute game changer whenever you're needing to light up a big giant area, because it's a big floodlight and it does an extremely good job. We've used ours in the pitch black of the middle of the night to go and work on our well house, and they work very, very well. So definitely pick that one up if you're in the need of a good spotlight. Next is going to be the traditional reciprocating saw that they have. It's a $79 saw. It's a really good saw. It's actually very similar to the one that I have from my original kit, and mine's still kicking around and doing a phenomenal job. This reciprocating saw is just as good as mine, and truthfully it's a little bit better because it is newer and has newer tech in it than my older one does. So if you're needing a reciprocating saw and you're only able to afford the $99 package, look no further. This is an absolute powerhouse and will do the things that most DIYers need it to do. If you're in the market for a reciprocating saw, you might want to seriously consider the oscillating tool that they have as well. If you need the recip saw and there's a specific reason why, then definitely get that one. However, if you've not tried one of these oscillating tools yet, you may find that it actually replaces your reciprocating saw in some instances, not all. Cutting 2x material is a lot easier with a reciprocating saw. However, there's a lot of instances where that oscillating tool is actually going to do better than the reciprocating saw is going to. So if you're just starting out, or if you're not into the oscillating tools yet and you're not quite sure, this is actually a really good one to purchase to kind of get you into it to see if you like it or not. For me, I found out that I use it more than my reciprocating saw, and so I actually upgraded to the brushless model. Your mileage may vary, but that's what it's been like in my household. Next is going to be the Jig Saw. This Jig Saw is extremely similar to the one that I have. They actually haven't done a whole lot of changes with their jig saws, and this is a great little jigsaw to have. If you're doing those really intricate cuts, this thing is going to do a really good job. You might be wondering, why would I want this tool over like an oscillating tool or over a reciprocating saw? Well, the nice thing about the jig saw is it has such a thin blade, you can easily get that blade to cut and move and rotate through your material as you're cutting it. So you'll actually be able to make very sharp turns with that, where you can't do that very easily with the other tools that I mentioned. Last but not least is going to be the 7.5-inch Whisper Series fan. We have a lot of the Ryobi fans in this household. The reason we have so many is because we're in Texas and we frequently have over 100 degrees, over 40 degrees Celsius for those of you in other parts of the world every year. It's a guarantee that we're going to be hitting those temperatures. So we have a lot of fans to keep us cool. This is one of those fans that we have and we absolutely love. And in fact, as odd as it sounds, whenever we have funerals, we typically take a bunch of these fans with us with a bunch of batteries and we set them up, because in Texas, the funeral at the graveside is going to be out in sweltering 100+ degrees temperatures. Whenever you have elderly there, they can't regulate their body temperature, they can't sweat properly and do all the things they need to do. These fans actually keep them cool and make it where we don't have heat exhaustion issues for them in the summertime. I know that sounds really weird for a lot of people out there, especially for my Canadian viewers. That just doesn't quite make sense, but trust me, if you live down here, you would understand entirely. So if you're like us and you're in the South and you're needing something to have spot cooling, these things do really, really well, and they're actually really quiet. So I highly recommend picking up that Whisper Series fan if you're in the market for one. So that goes over the primary tools that I would recommend. Now there are definitely some other tools out there. These are the ones I didn't cover. So if you're in the market for any of these, they're all great tools. You're not gonna have a problem with it. They all come with the warranty that is very good from Ryobi, and I've recently had an experience with the warranty system, and if you want to check that out, be sure to check out the link in the description below for that video where I actually talk about that. Leave in the comments below which tool you're interested in and which one you're going to be purchasing. And if you're stuck and you don't know which one to purchase, if there's a couple that you're kind of juggling and you're not sure, ask below. Either myself or somebody in the community will reply and give you some recommendations depending on what you're trying to do with it. That way you know for certain if you are making the right decision or not. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.